Paediatric oncology accounts for about less than half of 1% of cancer overall. That means about 200,000 children get cancer every year worldwide. Of those children, 100,000 will die unnecessarily simply because they couldn't access treatment. It wasn't available in the developed world in which they live. World Child Cancer was set up to address that because that is simply unacceptable, especially when you consider that this treatment is actually relatively cheap. Here in Malawi, the hospital treated 260 children last year. And when you consider the cost of the doctors, the nurses, the drugs, the unit itself, and all the support that's required, and it is everything. It's the electric light bulbs, it's the taps in the sinks, it's the systems in the toilets. All of that cost just under £40,000 for the whole year. That breaks down to an incredibly affordable sum, and you know, it has to be made, the case has to be made that more of this sort of support should be made available. World Child Cancer set up its first unit here at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Blantyre in order to provide the people of Malawi with paediatric oncology support. So effectively treating children with cancer for the first time in the country's healthcare system's history. So working in partnership with the hospital and twinning with other hospitals in the developed world, and with the leadership and the support of Professor Elizabeth Molyneux, we set up the first unit here, which has gone on from 2009 to treat over 1,000 children with cancer. And without the support of World Child Cancer, paediatric oncology would not have been a priority, and children would simply, I'm afraid, have gone untreated. And people are amazed at how cheap our service is in relative terms because of the astonishing contribution of voluntary medical aid, i.e. the doctors and nurses that work for us on a voluntary basis, and because of the way we deploy fairly straightforward protocols which use things like, for instance, off-patent medicine. We can be incredibly effective and cost-effective. So not only can we raise survival levels from 0 to up to 60% for some cancers, but we can also treat children. A cost of chemotherapy, for instance, in a hospital like Queen Elizabeth will be £50. The full cost of treating a child with cancer will be £500. I mean, that compares to over £100,000 at home and nearly $500,000 in the States. World Child Cancer exists to provide cure. We're there to stop children from dying from cancer. If we can't do that, the next important thing we have to do is to make sure that they're comfortable. And the cost of making children comfortable and delivering effective and appropriate pain relief is incredibly small. £10 provides enough pain relief for a child with terminal cancer in the last 4 weeks of life, which is a very small price to pay for providing children who are very poorly and in tremendous pain with the relief that they need to live with dignity. Even with the ongoing support of World Child Cancer, doctors are still struggling to find enough resources to meet the demand, and patients still have to be prioritised. We would love to be able to see all of those children getting particularly the drugs that they need, for Professor Molyneux to have as many doctors as she needs. And we would also like to improve the facilities. We're a small charity. We have yet to tell the world about the plight of children who are going untreated, children with cancers from which they can survive with reasonably straightforward protocols, in countries where at the moment morbidity is close to 100%. We need to get that message out, and to be supported by the Financial Times and its readers, who can donate money in order to be able to help us help those children, is an unprecedented opportunity, and together we can effectively treat many thousands of children who are, without that support, will go untreated.